Hi everyone, my name is Addison Harris, and this is my presentation on models of addiction. Before I begin, I want to give a brief introduction. My name is Addison Harris. I'm 26 years old. I have an amazing 3-year-old daughter, and in 2021 I graduated with my AA degree. Right now I'm studying human services with a concentration in addiction studies. My professional goals are to become a certified addictions counselor after graduation and later go on to obtain a master's degree in psychology. To begin the presentation, first I have the moral model, and this theory states that addictions are caused by a lack of willpower or moral deficiency. This was the first model created. It was created in the 19th century, and during this time, this model made sense. Religion played a huge role in this model. For example, the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins are lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. These are all traits that an addict may have. The moral model states that addiction is due to low morality, criminal behavior, or a lack of self-discipline. Strengths. Promotes personal responsibility, which is necessary for addiction recovery. Also, Bill W. created Alcoholic Anonymous based on this theory, and AA has been proven to be an effective treatment modality. Limitations. The moral model doesn't account for biological, environmental, or social ideologies. It's also highly stigmatized and promotes criminalization of addicts. This model also demonizes substance use, and while it's really outdated, these beliefs still linger today. The disease model. This theory states that addictions are caused by a brain disorder. It states that a genetic predisposition may be the cause of addiction. And genetic predisposition is where certain genes ignite based on experience, increasing the likelihood of addiction. It also states that addiction may be caused by neurochemical imbalances or brain dysfunctions. Supporting evidence. Serotonin and norepinephrine both play a role in depression and anxiety. Dopamine is involved in reward and motivation receptors. Strengths. This model removes the stigma that we've seen in other models and provides hope for treatment. Limitations. It doesn't account for social or environmental influences, and while it does remove stigma, it can lower personal accountability. For example, a person can say something along the lines of like, I don't have an addiction, I just have a disease, it's not me, it's my brain, and things like that. Also, there is no single gene that pinpoints addiction, even though it is believed that there is a genetic predisposition. Social, environmental, or cognitive behavioral model. This theory states that addictions are learned through either direct experience or vicariously. Environmental, belief that a person's environment plays a role in addiction. This can be noted in the home environment, through peers, or through society. Home environment, this can be seen with authoritative parenting, abuse, or drugs in the home. All 3 of these can play a factor in somebody becoming addicted to a substance or to anything else. Peers, negative role models, friends who are bad influences, or social media. Society, media, commercials, television shows. For example, I put Skins. Skins was a TV show that became popular like back in 2010, and it basically followed a group of teenagers that they just partied and did drugs, and it really just glorified drug use and that sort of lifestyle. Music is another one that also glorifies drug use. Almost every song on the radio mentions drug or alcohol use. Big Pharma, which is responsible for the creation of opioids. This is done through pill mills, and Florida is highly known for these. And basically they just push a bunch of pharmaceutical drugs out. And this further causes the opioid epidemic. Strengths. Behaviors can be observed easily. You can become more aware of your triggers and say if you do have a trigger or something bothers you and you're used to doing drugs to account for that, you can find something else to do instead. You can also connect thoughts and feelings. And I included a quote from Dr. Dyer, which is that anything that can be learned can be unlearned. And this is especially in regards to cognitive behavioral therapy. Limitations. Family pressure to change behaviors too quickly or punish unwanted behaviors. A family doing this can really just cause setbacks in the recovery process. Psychological model. This model of addiction focuses on the role of mental health, cognitive processes, and emotional factors in the development of addictions. This model offers a more well-rounded understanding of addiction. Strengths. Allows for focus on diverse needs such as comorbidities. This model is also client-centered and flexible. Focuses on coping skills, perceptions, and temperament. And as far as limitations go, I really couldn't find any. I feel like this model really focuses on environment. It's kind of a mixture of all of the models, I feel like. So as far as limitations go, I really couldn't find any. Next up, how do the models of addiction relate to human services? The models of addiction correlate to human services because we are training to be well-rounded on many issues, and addiction is only one of them. For me personally, I'm focusing on addiction studies and will need to know these models to treat those suffering from addictions properly. Conclusion statement. In conclusion, a comprehensive understanding of the models of addiction will help explain the multiple factors that contribute to the development of addiction and help determine effective treatments and recovery processes. Local resources, I just put Florida Treatment Center or Florida Substance Abuse Center, and I put Amethyst Recovery Center, which was deemed one of Florida's best drug and alcohol rehab centers. And that is all I have for my presentation. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.